Have you ever noticed how often belonging comes with a price tag? Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's glaring. For our kids, it might look like pledging a sorority or fraternity where the message is clear: prove yourself through suffering or risk being excluded. But if I'm being honest, it's not just a college thing. As adults, especially for those physician moms who are navigating the burnout culture, you face your own versions of hazing. The idea that to be accepted, you must endure pain follows you home and shapes the way you live and you parent and even think about your own self-worth. Today, I unpack that hidden cost of belonging and why it's time to question the belief that suffering is a requirement for acceptance. Find the full transcript and bonus resources for physician moms at inspiredmommds.com/82. You're listening to the Inspired Mom MDs podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Cindy Van Praag. I help physician moms reconnect with what truly matters by taking back control of their time and energy so they can thrive at work and at home. Hazing is in full swing at college campuses across the nation this week. As a mom of college-bound kids, I hadn't put too much thought into this annual ritual until now. My son accepted a bid to a fraternity and is now part of this system of initiation. One consolation is that his is a dry fraternity, no alcohol, no drugs. And they uphold admirable standards, and most importantly, they address the elephant in the room, the danger of hazing. He and his fellow pledges are required to learn about the danger of hazing and about kids who have died. He's also learning the warning signs of when to ask for help. And I'm relieved to a degree. As I text with him on and off about each day's challenge that he has, I keep drawing parallels to my own initiation in medicine. If you're a physician, especially from years back, you know what I mean, right? The culture of medicine has its own hazing, and it's not pretty. New physicians are taught, whether outright or implied, that to truly belong, they must prove themselves through suffering. I told my kid his life reminds me of being a resident, and he asked, well, how so? And this is what I texted back to him, word for word. I said, well, the motto burned into my brain, which still affects my daily decisions, is eat when you can, sleep when you can, and pee when you can, because you have almost no control over what you can do and when. And then the environment is to break you, to purposely humiliate at times. And we all went along with it to belong, to be part of something bigger than us. We paid the price with suffering to be a doctor. And a moment later, I added, that sounds so bad, right? And now here I am pontificating upon the parallels. And the real problem is this unspoken rule that you earn belonging by enduring pain, that to belong, it's going to cost you. And if you can't handle it, well, then the implication is you're not tough enough or not committed enough to be included. It's no wonder physicians are encountering burnout at unprecedented levels. Half of physicians are experiencing at least one symptom of burnout, and it makes sense that 4 out of 10 physicians, approximately, want to just leave medicine or their current institution. And it's not because they're not tough enough. It's because in many places, the practice environment is toxic. Not everywhere, thank goodness. And those places are the beacons of hope and the models to emulate. But as a parent, this mentality bleeds into our homes. It's exhausting to keep up with a system that equates value with sacrifice, isn't it? The truth is, this belief is outdated and harmful, just like hazing 18-year-olds should be outdated and harmful. For those kids, initiation builds fear and conformity. For physicians, the culture of overwork doesn't garner respect, it fuels burnout. Doctors aren't rewarded for showing up when they're sick and taking that extra call or charting until midnight. It's expected of them. That's ridiculous. Belonging should never require harm, not for our kids and not for us. So what do? The way forward is to redefine belonging so it doesn't require suffering. Belonging will instead come from your values and your boundaries and healthy connections with other people. Here's what this looks like. At work, notice toxic narratives like "I suffered, so should you," and resist them. Model healthier norms. This is what many of my podcast episodes are about. It's about setting boundaries and normalizing rest and refusing to equate sacrifice with worth. At home with the kids, talk openly to them about what healthy belonging looks like. It's not their sacrifice, but by choosing friendship in groups like sororities or fraternities that align with their values. They are out there. I know I'm not in charge of my kid anymore, but that doesn't mean I can't discuss these ideas with him. At home with yourself, you don't need to prove your worth with performance in any part of your life. Accept yourself for who you are and where you are, not how much you give to others. You don't have to be a martyr to belong. Watching my son go through his hazing or initiation to this new fraternity is a little unsettling, but it is a stark reminder that I still have plenty to share with him about my own experience of navigating sacrifice to belong in medicine. I get to talk to him now about how he can notice and challenge toxic narratives that he does not need to suffer to belong. I'm proud of him for following his values and not taking himself too seriously and having strong boundaries. He will gain the added support and community that this fraternity offers, and I know he will have a lifelong network to call on for help too, and I'm happy for that. As for me, I'll keep offering my life experiences as lessons to whoever will listen. And as for you, where do you feel pressured to pay too high of a cost just to belong? What would it look like to create communities where belonging doesn't cost our well-being? Now consider what's one small thing you can do this week to resist. Don't forget to join me next week for another dose of support and inspiration. And until then, take care of yourselves and take care of those who matter most. It's time to take control and thrive. Thank you for tuning in today to the Inspired Mom MDs podcast. If this episode resonates with you, please share with a friend who may benefit too. And I humbly ask you to please leave a review so other Dr. Moms can find me too. It helps. And a quick reminder, this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and isn't a substitute for medical advice or care. I'm a board-certified physician, but this content isn't connected to my clinical practice, and no doctor-patient relationship is formed here. Please always, always ask your own health professional about any mental or physical health concerns. And as always, take what helps and leave the rest. Please see inspiredmommds.com for full disclaimer.